All right, what's going on today? For us, this is going to be the final episode from Lionheart Season 1, and that is why I am busting around here in Spectator Mode, so I can just give you a little rundown of everything that we've done this season, and then I think I'll finish off with like maybe a little slideshow of photos of different places around the server that I really like. So for me here, I'm going to go kind of like in reverse order, and we'll finish off back at my base last. So just the other day there on stream, I put in this helicopter, derpy little helicopter there, getting ready to land in on the helipad at the hospital. I think it looks kind of cool, but it's definitely got its own little unique shape to it. But yeah, and speaking of the hospital, I also went in here and did the OR up. So we got a couple of little operating beds, some little stands here maybe to kind of, I don't know, put all your tools on and operating kind of things. IV bags, little monitoring machines, more storage area, and then a place back here where the surgeons can like wash up and stuff, getting ready for surgery. These could be like lockers that keep all your clean scrubs and whatnot. So the OR is done. We have like a little emergency room triage area here. And yeah, the main lobby. Second floor has like a little kind of common area for people staying in the hospital and some rooms there. We got offices, pretty swell. And then a few more rooms down here, like these ones. So yeah, that's the hospital. That was our contribution here to like the municipal district, where we also have like the fire station, and I'm not 100% sure what we're using this building for at the moment. It's a very nice build, but I don't know. This might be like a llama church of the llamas. That's my guess. Anyways, and then we also helped Spins and Machi out here, getting some little custom guards in here for their prison. Yeah, pretty sweet. Another one of the very early things that we did was build this tunnel from where Vidagarvia, AZ Badfish, and myself had set up shop over here into the Nether Hub. And then later in the season, the Nether Hub design changed, so instead of having our tunnel come out here, they were going to consolidate into 4 main tunnels. So then I came and helped work on this with Nina, and I redid our Dominion tunnel here like this, and then up here is like the hub for all of the people in the Dominion, and I kind of started it like this with a tunnel straight that way, and AZ Badfish and Vidagarvia came and added on to it, and we kind of expanded it out into a nice like circular room, and then I put in this spiral staircase and new connecting tunnel down to the main floor of the hub. So that was quite a big project that was done both at the start of the season and at the end of the season. But I'm pretty stoked with how that came out. And now, I guess right before that, we were doing some stuff out in the end, so I'll take you there real quick. So out here in the beautiful gaming district that Ike worked so hard on, we built this giant colorful tower and a little pie stand where you can get your pies that you'd get at the fair. And I also brought the gift of villagers out here to the gaming district, so that there's always a crowd when you come out here. You're never all alone. And this right here is actually a Silk Touch melon and pumpkin farm that basically works by spawning Endermen, and the Endermen coming and trying to attack the Endermite, falling down, and occasionally on their way down they'll grab a pumpkin. And as you can see, sometimes they grab a dirt block. But yeah, then when they fall and hit the ground, they drop it, and the hopper picks it up underneath here. So I've always wanted to build one of those, and I thought that was kind of a cool spot to build it. It's an amusement. It's not necessarily a ride, but you know, it's amusing. But yeah, there's a lot of good work out here. Shorty did a lion statue. AZ Badfish did this tower game that it didn't quite get finished. I think there was some creative block going on here in the second tower, but that'll be a fun project for anyone to work on when you download the world. We got some Olympic rings there that came out right in time for the Olympics. All kinds of little games that Ike worked on. A boxing ring. This is pretty cool. You just grab your blocks and you go in there and punch each other. This, oh my god, I don't think I've even seen this. This looks like a very insane parkour course. Yeah, I don't think I'll be attempting that today. That looks brutal. Really, really cool though. I wonder who built that. And also, you can come here and fight an illusioner, which is really neat because, oh, someone seems to have spawned a couple and then died. Yeah, there's all their gear. Yeah, that's kind of cool. We kind of added that in just because, you know, we wanted to be able to fight them. So you can come here to the gaming district and check that out. We got a nice roller coaster here, ice boat racing, all the fun things that you want in a gaming district. So I think it's time to move along. Okay, so then back here at the Dominion Pyramid, we put in this entire floor. There was like an area here with these stairs and whatnot, and Vidagarvia did this beautiful like serpent relief. But he kind of was done for the season, and I hopped in and did the rest of this floor in. We got like a sacrificial altar here. These are also supposed to be like maybe like crisscrossing snakes in a little X formation. And then we have AZ Badfish and Vidagarvia on the Eternal Guard, and they just travel around and around back there, guarding and making sure that nobody comes in here and raids any of these beautiful tombs. So the whole block palette was prismarine, gold, lapis, stone, dark oak, and red sandstone variants. So put all together, that's what I got here is a bunch of sarcophagus in their little tombs. I think it kind of turned out pretty good. I tried to find some inspiration online for sarcophagus, and there wasn't a whole lot, so I came up with this one, and they're fancy, but I think it works. And then I just kind of covered up all my sea lanterns here with the Dominion flag. This is like a flying like serpent star nova god thing. It's basically the people who built this giant temple. This is what they were worshipping. So Shorty made up that banner for the Dominion, and it looks really cool. So I've plastered it everywhere. And then the bottom floor here has been flooded completely. That was always the plan. So yeah, there's a lot of lights down here, but that was the plan. This would all be flooded and ruined. But now we have the bottom floor here. And the main floor, back near the beginning of the season, we made this villager trading hall. And it is all finished now, so everything along this wall here and this wall here can be filled with villagers at will. You simply take one of these buttons and place it onto one of these gold blocks on the floor, press it, and a new villager will come and take the first available spot. And then you can use those same buttons on this sandstone block in front of each villager to push it, and that one will take them away. It brings them down here, and it kills them. So recycles their carts, and they go into lava. It's here somewhere. Just take my, oh yeah, right here, and die. So that's how you get rid of them and call them. There are a couple spots that will never fill, and that is because up in here, there were spots where the lights were slightly interfering. So anywhere where there's currently like a rail on the track next to a light, that spot will never get a villager in it. And that was because I mismeasured and we didn't want to compromise the exterior design of the pyramid temple, which is gorgeous, by the way. That was Vidagarvia's brainchild. And then AZ Badfish put in this mob farm up top, and in here is the collection for all the drops. So if you need any mob drops, you'll find them in here. And I did a little more work up top, just kind of adding in a bit of detail here and there and filling out these headers all the way around. So yeah, I think all in all, this was like a three-person plus Ike kind of project, and it turned out really good in the end. It's kind of it's a gorgeous build. So speaking of the villagers, they come from this way here. So I'll go down and show you. And they come all the way over from my base through this underwater tunnel like this. And to get onto these tracks, they literally fly out of the mouth of this cobra, through the water, and onto the tracks like that, which is really cool. And I'm going to pop into creative just for a second so I can show that off. So it takes a second, but they come from our breeder, which I'll show you in a second, up and out of this snake's mouth. Don't make me a liar. Come on. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? That is very weird. Is there something blocking the track somewhere? This thing's not out of minecarts. Oh, that's very weird. Let's go try it again. Nope. Creative. Here we go. This should be working fine. I tried it just the other day. Yeah, there we go. Out there, and whew, and then off he goes, and he'll end up in the trading hall there. So yeah, let me get back into Spectator. So through here, this is our base. I'll show that off in a second. But inside we have basically a 4-cell unary bit design villager breeder. And it is doing really good. It's pumped out all the villagers you see over there, plus all the ones that we've gotten rid of and whatnot. Although it does seem to be predominantly nitwit heavy, doesn't it? Nitwits. So yeah, if you download this world and you want to get into some trading, there's a big stockpile of villagers here for you. And I didn't end up connecting the minecart collection back into the minecart dispensing, but I did load up. Oh, I had loaded up, yeah, this double chest here and whatnot, so you can send a bunch of them over there before you have to put anything back in here. And these villagers here are fed with carrots through this water stream, and those carrots were grown in this carrot farm. Well, they were supposed to be, but this was too close to the villager that controls this village, so they were actually just standing here in the corner being like, oh, I want to go see my friends. I want to go back to the village, and they weren't doing anything. So I actually got rid of the farm here and moved it down and across here. So this guy, yeah, he just walks around and plants carrots when he can, and every time he steps on the pressure plate, they pop off, and they get picked up and you know, sent across here. Now, it's always funny when you actually get a chance to go into Spectator Mode and see what happens in your world. So down here, as you can see, there is really nowhere that should be dark enough for any zombies to spawn. I made pretty close, or paid pretty close attention to that to make sure that my villagers were safe. And you'll see there's no zombies up here, no dark spots, and yet somehow all of these zombies managed to get into this tunnel, and they pick up carrots on the way by and don't despawn. And I had no idea this was going on down here. You come over here, there's like a little party going on down here. We got like 6 or 7 zombies. And again, this is glass I'm in now, but there is no way they should be able to spawn down here. So that's a mystery, but also interesting. And there's this guy. So yeah, that was the guts of my base, and we wanted those villagers for trading purposes. Never really got too heavy into trading though. I got some pretty good gear early on, and I was actually really lucky and didn't die a whole lot this season, so I managed to keep my gear for a long time. But the base that we built is the hourglass and books base, the magic base, I don't know, with the cobra wrapped all the way around to tie it in with the Dominion Serpent theme. And oh, look at this. We got a zombie. He's spawning on the sands of time. But yeah, that was my idea for my base, and it turned out really good. It ended up in the end being a lot of wasted space. The only thing I put in here was this little villager breeder and the little village, and the rest was all decoration. And then I lived out of this little hole in the ground down here, little hidey hole, with my sheep fortress to keep them safe from all the wolves that we had early on. There was some issue with some sort of like command block or something. I don't know. Something was causing there to be a lot of wolves, and it was really hard to get sheep. And they kept somehow finding ways into my base and killing my sheep. So I built this little sheep bunker so that we could get all the wool for the project up there. What else did we build? We have 2 of these max entity cramming cow farms that were the Vitigarvian design. I ended up killing all of the cows in one because I didn't need any more food, and the less entities the better. We have a little duper here that you can use for rails or carpets. A smelter. It's really just like, you know, 4 smelters, so it's not that fancy, but and this was my backup bed. This is the bed that I would sleep in when this bed told me there were monsters nearby. And we had a chicken farm, but I've taken out all the chickens from that as well. Again, I didn't need anything else from this, and it was better just to not have the entities. And this was my quote-unquote storage room. It's just a bunch of messy chests. I'm going to do a better storage room next season for sure, because this just felt wrong. My high-tech brewing station are these 2 floating brewing stands. And yeah, I also left you the contents of my ender chest, everything that I carried around in there, and my gear. So all of my tools, and this is my armor and my protection 5 elytra if you want to use that to get around. We also built this iron farm out here in the Dominion style, and we were going to build a witch farm, but Funky beat us to it. And I think, honestly, he built, like, some might argue with me here, but I think he may have built the nicest looking farm I've ever seen. Like, this thing is gorgeous. The way the oak and the stone bricks play off each other. These 3 types of wood up here, golden. Like, a lot of people aren't bold enough to try to pull this off, but Mr. Funky is a bold man, and let me tell you, that was gorgeous. We also kind of landscaped our path here to join up with the road that Vitigarvia was making all across through his village and connecting up over to AZ. We also did some work over in the Christmas village, but I'm not going to show you that. It's not Christmas. And of course, there is the meteor that struck us down and ended our lives. We're back now, but in just kind of like in a different form. But yeah, that's the sucker right there. And hopefully it's the last meteor that ever hits the server. Foreshadowing. Yeah, I did a couple other things here and there around the server, but I'll probably pick those up in some snapshots, some screenshots here and there that I'll post. But yeah, I think that's it. Got a tear in my eye, but that's the end of Season 1. Thank you for your support, and hopefully you'll come around and check out Season 2 as well. Alright, until then, this is Skoozi, and I'm saying peace!